Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk about something that I don't usually talk about. It's pretty personal, but I wanted to sit down and do a personal video with you guys because my other videos are like not that in-depth and not that personal, and they're more of me just like talking about my beliefs and what I am into and how I see the world. But this is going to be more of a personal sit down chat with me. So grab a snack, grab a drink, grab water, get comfortable, and let's get into the video. So in this video, I'm basically going to be talking to you guys about how I came to like all the things that I like right now, how I came to be all the things that I'm into right now. And this story starts in 2017. I guess this is like my spiritual journey type thing, but like I don't want to call it that. We could call this video like a spiritual journey progression, but we can't because I'm not gonna be talking about that. I'm gonna be talking about like the crazy stuff that happened with me and how that drove me basically into insanity, and that's who I am today. So basically this started back in 2017. I had just gone through a really bad breakup. If you're my ex and if you're watching this, click off because you know who you are, but no, you can just keep watching, whatever. I'm like fine, I'm really cool, we're like friends. We're friends, right? So we broke up in 2017-ish. We were just back and forth a lot, and it really hurt me. Like I went through a period of time over the summer where I was completely alone. I isolated myself from all of my friends and my family and everybody just because I was really sad. We weren't talking, and I was going through like one of the most toughest times, I guess you could say, at that point in my life. And so that is when I got really immersed into reading and researching. Basically, I had been kind of like depressed for a while because 2017 was when I was a freshman in college, and basically I was going through a lot of delusionment. I was doing a lot of things that I kind of shouldn't have been doing, and ultimately I didn't know the purpose of my life. I didn't know the purpose of life in general, and I didn't know why we were here, where we were going after we died, what the point of life is anyway. There's so much like pain and sorrow and suffering, and I was going through that suffering, so I had a first-hand bird's eye view into that suffering. So I was like, okay, this is really not it on any scale, on any level right now. Why is this happening? Why do I exist, basically? And when I tell you I was really depressed, like I don't think anything really like beats that. Honestly, like nothing beats how I was feeling. Like I don't want to get too much into it, but sorry, I have to fix my hair very quickly. Can you guys hear the music in the background? I have to like play music while I talk just so like the flow is better, you know? So yeah, I was really depressed like at the end of my freshman year of college already, and then my ex and I went on vacation over the summer, and then we broke up right after our vacation, which was really sad. And so I was just really going through it. I was already going through like dissociation, if you guys know what that is. I struggled really badly with dissociation and depersonalization. I basically had like no self-identity. I had no idea who I was. It was just really hard. And I was looking for meaning, I was looking for answers, I was looking for something to tell me, hey Seema, you deserve to be alive, you are supposed to be alive, you're supposed to be here, because I didn't think I was, to be honest. I had no idea about the happenings of the universe. I thought everything was kind of random. I thought we were all just here randomly, and we're born, and we're supposed to kind of like enjoy and avoid suffering, and then later on, we die. And I had no idea what happened after death either, so I was just like, lost, very lost. I didn't know anything. So that summer I basically isolated myself from everything and everyone right after we broke up, and I was really alone and really isolated and really sad. But also for the first time I was at peace because I felt like no one was demanding anything from me. I wasn't working at a job. I didn't have friends that demanded things from me because they knew I was like not gonna do anything with them anyway. So yeah, I locked myself away in my room at my parents' house, and basically my room at my parents' house has a few things. It has Wi-Fi, and it has loads and loads and loads of Vedic textbooks. And when I say Vedic textbooks, I'm talking about things like the Srimad Bhagavatam, many cantos of it, the Bhagavad Gita, which probably saved my life, honestly. The Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. And other amazing books written by Srila Prabhupada, who's an amazing guru. So I basically started searching for very high level spiritual knowledge of very high level quality. I wasn't okay with new age type information. I didn't think it was believable in any way. I actually thought it was ridiculous and I doubted everything all the time. So when I was stuck in my room for like about a month, I literally self-quarantined myself before it was a thing to do. I read and read and read, and I did so much research, and basically it began with astrology. I'd say like my waking up process. I can't, I'm sorry, new age terms, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'll have to figure out something else to say. My feeling better process, yeah, let's say that. My feeling better process started when I first got into astrology, because what astrology taught me, first and foremost, was that everything is connected. The stars and the constellations that the stars make up directly correlate to the moon's position, and the moon's position correlates to the position of the tide in our oceans. And the tide in our oceans subsequently affect marine life, as well as most of the Earth's global temperature as well. And it really got me thinking about how we are made up of 72% water. And, you know, these tides and this full moon must affect us as well. So I did so much research into that. And another thing that astrology taught me was that we are each individually unique, because everyone has their own specific chart, not because, but in tandem with the fact that everyone has their own specific chart with many, many, many different things. Up until that point, I was just kind of following new age theories, and I was like, yo, I'm a Gemini, like, that's it, you know. I don't know anything else about myself. All I know is that I'm a Gemini, and Geminis are supposed to be fun and happy and carefree and happy-go-lucky and funny, and I feel depressed, so clearly I'm not a Gemini. Like, that's what I was going through. And so I realized that we don't just have one sign. We have many, many different signs that make up our entire chart. So I found out I was a Gemini sun, and then like an Aries moon, and then like a different rising, and we have 17 different Vargas, or 17 different charts, and I got very much into Vedic astrology. And it completely changed the way I saw myself and other people, because I realized, hey, I'm so individually unique, and so are you, and so are you. But the fact that we all have these basic humanistic qualities, and that we go through the same things all the time emotion-wise, is crazy and is so beautiful. So truly, we are all inherently unique, but similar in our uniqueness. Meaning every single person is unique to the exact same degree mathematically. That is what I deducted and concluded. And I was like blown away by this, because every single person in the world has felt sad before. It kind of woke me up. I was like, yo, I'm not the only one who's depressed. You know, I'm not the only one who's suffering in the world. And I think like when you're a teenager and when you just first start off college and stuff, you can be very self-centered, but not in a way that it's like, oh, I'm gonna talk about myself and I'm gonna do this and that. I was the opposite. I was too much not about myself, but I was self-centered in the way that I kind of thought like my pain was the most important, and I over-dramatized it to myself. So I made myself believe that I was worse than I was, and this cycle just continued. So it was like a downward spiral that I was basically leading myself into. And when I discovered how unique I was because of astrology, I realized that, hey, every single person has the same 24 hours in their day, has the same working mind, hopefully. We all have the ability and the capacity to condition this machine in any way that we want. So we can either trap ourselves into certain truths or set ourselves free with certain other truths. And the certain other truths that are actually true are not subjective truths. They are resounding truths. They are universal truths. And this is actually what is true. So let's just take Newton's law that energy can never be created nor destroyed. This is a universal law, meaning inherently this is truth. Capital T, this is truth. So, you know, you can't argue with that and be correct in your argument. You can argue with it, but you'll be wrong. So I came to a series of very conclusive universal truths in that we are all inherently unique and beautiful in our uniqueness, and that I deserve to be here. And this was just the beginning of me climbing the upward spiral all the way back to where I had started leading myself out of the depression that I inherently was responsible for getting myself into. Because we're all responsible for how we feel all of the time. This is emotional maturity. This is truth. No one else truly has control over your mind except for you. So locking myself away in that room that summer, I really understood, how important it is to control your mind and what I had to do about it. So I mentioned that I had all these books around me. Besides scouring the internet for hours into the late morning, which is what I did, I also read so many of these Vedic books, and they gave me the answers to everything. They gave me the answers to questions like, what happens after we die? Where do we go after we die? What is the point of life? Who is God? Is he real? Does he exist? Where is he? Can I talk to him? Can I ask him questions? Can I directly communicate with him all the time? Is the universe for my greatest interest? Like, all of these questions I got answered. And so I'd love to make a video about literally anything that you guys would like to know. I just kind of don't know where to begin because I've learned a lot of things since 2017. It is now 2020, and I have been consistently healing myself since 2017, meaning that I do the spiritual work in order to heal. I isolate myself accordingly. I respect my own personal boundaries. I form my own personal boundaries. I partake in mind, body, and soul balancing every single day. It has to be daily. I have cut out old relationships that no longer serve my greater good and my higher purpose. I've killed off so many versions of myself that at this point I'm a completely different person than I was, let's say, even 6 months ago. So I've done a lot of the inner work, and if I could be of service to anyone at all in any way, that is why I'm here. That is why I'm on YouTube. That is why I'm making these videos, because I could have sat down right now and told you guys a story about all the trouble I used to get into when I was a little hood rat kid doing hood rat things, but that would not be beneficial to anything or anyone. However, if you would still like to hear the story, I can still tell you. I might just tell you guys one day, I don't know. So yeah, and in the process I've learned so many ways to heal myself and other people as well through different practices of manipulating energy. I can make a video on energy manipulation if you guys would like. Let me know. Like I said, please leave a comment down below if you are interested. But if there's anything I want you guys to take from this video, it is that you are meant to be here. You are so unbelievably precious to the greater workings of everything, because everything creates a ripple effect. Nothing is separate from another thing. Nothing is disconnected. The illusion of separation is the greatest illusion or pitfall that we can fall into, because it makes us think that we are not in tandem with anything else that is going on around us. We have our human physical bodies, and suddenly we think like, oh, we're separate from nature. We don't need to go outside. We don't need to protect the environment that is fostering us and growing us every single day, And I'm sorry, but that's, I'm gonna edit that out. So yes, know that you are loved, know that you are being listened to at every single moment, know that you are being cared for, because as an answer to one of my questions that I had, yes, the universe is helping us all the time in various ways. We don't see it, but it is, because the goal of any human being is to transcend, and naturally the one that is putting us in this position will want us to evolve into higher and higher levels of learning, such that we can eventually transcend this human form and this aspect or realm of material life. Because when I tell you that there are so many realms that we just can't see with our material human eyes, it's true. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a comment, let me know what you'd like to see next. All my social medias are down below and everything else that I work on, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. I love you. Be happy. Seriously. You deserve to give yourself unconditional love. You deserve it.